How's it going, guys? My name is Damien. Welcome back. This is my Flash episode 22 video, and there's quite a lot to talk about. So I assume by now you've seen the episode. I do appreciate you stopping by my channel. Do leave a like. Thank you for 1,100 subscribers, and I hope to continue to grow this channel, so I appreciate the support. So this episode was amazing. I really can't say anything else about it. It was pretty heartfelt. It was pretty sad for the most part. It's just one of those things that you just can't really avoid. You know, in a show like this, you know it's coming at some point, but this one was really, you really felt it. So let's get right into it. We'll talk about it, and guys, feel free to share your thoughts and opinions. As always, I love reading your comments. Even if I don't respond to them right away, I will at least read them, and I will eventually respond to them. Sometimes I just don't have time, and I spend a lot of time switching YouTube accounts. There's multiple accounts, so I do apologize for that. But the episode was great. I know some people were saying they wanted more Barry and Iris, but there was just a lot going on in this episode, and you just can't really have enough time to focus on their relationship. They did have the one key line of, or the key moment of them saying, hey, let's give this a shot, and Iris then says, I would like that. So they're officially going to start dating next season. I don't think we're going to see much of them in the season finale. I think maybe you'll get a kiss. Best case scenario. But realistically, for now, this is what we have, and their relationship is in a great place. I don't think there's any need to really rush things. I think I want to see Barry's character develop some more, as well as Iris's character to kind of take more of a leading role in episodes to come. So it was great for the two of them. They really just didn't have a lot of time, though, to actually enjoy that moment, because naturally Zoom comes in, but we'll get to that. So John Wesley Shipp, Henry Allen, his character, I just need to talk about him for a while, because I never really say too much about him, but he's always been a great supporting character whenever he came on, and he was always able to establish that father figure. It's always interesting because he has to compete with Joe, and Joe will always, to me, be the ultimate father for Barry Allen. That's just the way the show was done. That's just the way his character is, and there's nothing wrong with that. John Wesley Shipp's depiction, however, of Henry Allen, of being that character, that father figure that really hasn't been there. He just is the kind of unknown. He really kind of fell into that role, and he did a really great job. There were a lot of episodes where I enjoy their dialogue together. I think he supports Barry in a way that Joe really would never be able to do, that kind of maternal instinct, if you will. So it was great. They didn't have a lot of scenes, but they did have that somewhat cliche type of moment where Henry Allen does tell his dad, rather, that something he didn't really mean, and now his dad is dead, so he's going to be thinking about that. I'm sure they're going to touch on that next week. Maybe he'll at least be remembering what his last words were to his father. So it was a pretty emotional scene at the end, but I really did enjoy their time together, and he had a really good run on the show, occasionally showing up in season 1, season 2 becoming more or less a regular for the latter half of the season, and it was just great to see him again. And obviously Zoom being Zoom, just the villain that he is, the complete badass. I'm looking forward to next week's episode, and we'll see what they do there. Barry's confidence was something that I guess was kind of new. I guess it was a bit of a reality check for him to be owned by the Black Siren, and obviously watching his father die. So let's talk about the death, because that's obviously the biggest thing that happened in the episode, and really not much else you can say. But actually, before we get to that, there was one thing I can actually nitpick and say that I didn't really like a lot. It was just the way they handled all of the metahumans on Earth 2. Creating a I win button for all of them was, I guess, a little lame. It was kind of meh, but at the same time, I understand their reasoning behind it. You do have a lot of characters here, a lot of potential characters, and most of them we didn't get to see, of course, but the way they wrapped it up was really just a way of saying, well, we're going to take care of all these guys. We don't have time to actually do all of this. So imagine, like, if this was an animated show, you could actually spend like 6-7 episodes dealing with something like this, but you don't really have that type of time here. So it's understandable the type of role they were put in, the type of situation, rather, and the way they handled taking care of it, because I guess what I expected was there to be more of like a war going on, some type of like serious destruction happening, where the Flash feels overwhelmed and there's just so many metahumans all around, but they didn't go that route. So that's totally fine. It's okay. It was great though. The opening scene honestly was probably the best part. And to talk about Black Siren, Katie Cassidy guest starring on The Flash. Thankfully her character did not die, so she is going to be there in the universe. She's always going to be a potential character that they could use, and they focused on her specifically, having her locked up in that cell below the little metahuman prison, and it's perfect because honestly, what I would like to see, I didn't know that she was going to be a full-blown villain initially when I saw the promos for her characters and stuff. I do try to keep a lot of it an element of surprise, so I'm not going to really go online and read too much. I just try to, I watch the promo and then I just wait for the next episode. So I was kind of hoping that she wouldn't have been a full-blown villain, because I guess secretly I was somehow hoping that she could somehow go on Arrow. I don't know what I was thinking, what scenario in my mind I was trying to play out, but I just always wanted to see a true Black Canary character on Arrow, and she nailed it. Katie Cassidy definitely nailed it. I felt like what I got from it was that she was really just given the opportunity to really spread her wings and do what she has wanted to do with the character for so long. A lot of times you have this restriction based on what the writers and Mark Guggenheim and all these other guys on Arrow, they just don't know they never knew how to handle her character properly, and they always put the screen time towards Felicity. So seeing her character like this just leaves the biggest what if question mark in everyone's mind, saying, well, imagine this on Arrow. Imagine if, even if she wasn't like that, but at least if you had a more darker, more confident Laura Lance for 4 seasons, what the show would have been like, how different it would have been. Even if she didn't have those powers, she still could use the device and still do the canary cry and all of that. But her character was great. I enjoyed seeing her again. It was just really sad in a way and bittersweet, because well, this is her, now she's gone. You're probably not going to see her again till maybe the latter half of season 3, or at least at earliest maybe the midway point. Who knows what they'll do, but we'll see. So now to talk about Zoom. Zoom and Barry had some interesting scenes, him claiming that they're the same, and you see that there's just like that good and evil kind of thing just at odds right there. They're clashing constantly, and I love Teddy Sears' depiction of the character, because he nails it in so many ways, and I love their dialogue. It was very short, but they really he's like testing Barry, just seeing if he's willing to go, just embrace that dark side, just be like him completely. And his ultimate test for Barry at the end of the episode to make him like Zoom exactly is to kill Henry Allen right in front of him in the same house that his mother died, which is that is definitely one of the worst things I think that has happened to Barry in his entire life. It's, if not the worst. I don't know, it's up there with his mom dying. At least when his mom died, he couldn't explain it, so it just felt, a lot of it was a mystery. But now, knowing everything you know, having the powers that you did have, not being able to stop it. I will say, though, that they knew that Zoom was not amongst all the metahumans that they took down with that device. So they just seemed to me like they were too calm and too relaxed. Like, Zoom is a potential threat. He's still out there. He wasn't incapacitated. He can vibrate his body at the frequency of Earth 2 and create these portals and jump through. So obviously he could easily jump right back to Earth 1 and find you and cause even more pain than he already has. So to me, I guess they were just a little too laid back in that scenario. That happy ending that they were trying to go for, I guess that they were hoping for, they just should realistically know that that's just not gonna happen. The episode for me was a 8.5 out of 10, strictly for, it gains a lot of boost, a lot of momentum just from the Black Siren, Katie Cassidy appearance, having Zoom just be a badass, the death of Henry Allen, the overall WestAllen official status. There was a lot of things happening. Even Joe talking to Barry about kids one day and what they're gonna call him and stuff like that. It was a great episode. I enjoyed it a lot, and I look forward to see what they're gonna do next season, because there's just a lot of potential with this show. So yeah, I'll see you guys maybe later on this week. I'm trying to schedule some videos because I'm leaving for Florida on Friday. My birthday's on Sunday, so I'll be back next week. I come back Wednesday morning, so I'm officially not going to be here when the Flash season finale airs. I'm going to try to post a review, and I'm going to try to post scenes. It's just really up in the air right now. I'm not sure. But thank you guys for the support. My name is Damien. I'll see you guys later.